Hello and welcome to Heaven's Feel, the third route in Fate's Day Night. It's the final one, and I'm pretty excited about it because it's like, because I knew a little bit about the Fate route already, and I knew the general plot of Unlimited Blade Works, but Heaven's Feel I pretty much know nothing about, at least the plot anyway. I know maybe like bits and pieces, only because I consume like other, Fate media. But otherwise, I really don't know like pretty much like 90% what's going on in Heaven's Feel. And there's like I believe like a series of movies for it as well. And I believe the final part hasn't come out yet, but I haven't watched that either. So I want to like go through this route and then maybe watch the movies as well, as it comes out later on. I believe in 2020, the final part of the movies anyway. But yeah, Heaven's Feel. And what else did I want to mention? Oh yeah, the audio. I tweaked the audio again. It feels like, especially my first playthrough, like the audio was really low. At my second playthrough, I also tweaked the audio, but that caused some issues, in the middle of the playthrough. Or, I say playthrough, it's like a read-through, really, because I'm just reading, to be honest, but yeah. But yeah, hopefully the audio's good, audio's pretty important, because I want to hear the voice acting and everything. Oh yeah, I also want to mention, since it's the Ryota Noah version, it's actually pretty infamous for having like a censored scene later on, that people say affects the story, but we'll see. I guess I'll mention it as it happens. But yeah, let's just start. Let's just start already. Let's go. Oop. Though I guess we have to do the whole thing again where we skip the prologue. So again, you don't really see the menus here because on the OBS for some reason it doesn't really show up. But okay, so it's choice. Okay, again, this is just the prologue, and that's the Emiya Shore prologue. Oh, okay. Yeah, I assume this is like the new part. So we're back to being Emiya Shiro. I haven't thanked Sakura for dinner yet, so I'll go and talk to her. Sakura is in the living room getting ready to go home, having finished the cleaning. Senpai? I assume we're gonna hear that a lot, senpai. Just from the motif, I saw like an executable. I saw on the executables, the Fate route is like blue, and the Limited Blade Works route is red. I assume blue is like Saber, right? Saber is like little like armor or whatever, little dress armor thing that's blue. Rin obviously like is represented by red. So I assume like Heaven's Feel is like all purple and everything. So I can only assume we're gonna hear a lot of senpai from Sakura. Well, Sakura falls into an awkward silence. Did I say something bad? Oh yeah, Shinji. I don't like that guy. Doesn't he die? Like, I don't actually. I believe in the Fate route he dies, but like in Unlimited Blade Works route, I don't think he dies. I think he gets saved. He got saved by Rin, right? I believe so. Anyway, I don't care what Shinji says. It's a much bigger problem if Sakura has to walk home alone at dangerous times like these. I believe they're referring to, obviously I'm gonna spoil a bit about the other routes because, I don't know, the recommended order is to do the Fate route, Unlimited Blade Works route, and then do Heaven's Fields route last, right? So I'm trying to, like, remember, like, what happened last route. I think it's Caster, right? Caster is, like, absorbing people's like magical essence, and people, I guess the news has covered it up as like gas leaks or whatever. So I can only assume that's what's happening. Like why it's like dangerous these days or whatever.
でもやっぱり先輩に悪いですから、
悪くない。日頃世話になってるんだから送るぐらいさせてくれ。それとも一人で帰りたいのか、さくらは。
いえ、そういうことではなくてですね。
ならいいだろう。これでも腕には自信があるんだ。大抵の防寒は返り討ちにできるから、こんな時ぐらいは使ってやってくれ。なんか出てきてもちゃんとさくらを守るから。
Will you be able to fight off most assailants? I assume the assailants, when I think assailant, I think like the servants, you know, and the other masters. I don't think Shiro did well against them. Except, well, I don't know, except in the very end, I guess, when he gets all like powered up, you know, in the Unlimited Blade Works route. But right now, I think like he doesn't have that power. We like, you know, Metroid style restarted everything back from the beginning, and Shiro's back to being not very powerful at all, really. I nudged Sakura towards the hallway with a glance.
先輩、本当にいいんですか？また兄さんと喧嘩しちゃうかもしれませんよ。
構わないよ。男同士で喧嘩しない方が変だし、シンジとはそれぐらい素直に言い合った方がいいんだ。
Ah yes, the shonen battle trope. You know, you fight each other and then you become best friends. Apparently, I don't know.
あいつ、ああ見えて隠し事とか嫌いだから、文句があるならすっぱりと言い合った方がすっきりする。
Doesn't hide things. I mean, sort of true. He did try he did try to kill us, though, in both routes. I believe so. Because I guess he didn't hide the fact that he's like a master, I guess, as a servant, but he still hides things. I think Shiro's a really bad judge of character, you know? Well, Sakura looks surprised for some reason.
どうした？なんか変なこと言ったか、俺。
いえ、言ってませんよ。先輩が兄さんと仲良くしてくれるのが嬉しいだけです。
Doubt? That's not true at all? I don't know.
いや、仲良くってのは難しいぞ。すっきりするのは俺だけで、シンジは逆かもしれないし。
そうですね。けど兄さん、何度喧嘩しても先輩に話しかけるでしょ。兄さん、きっと先輩が苦手なんです。けど他の人よりずっと好きだから、いつも先輩を気にしてるんですよ。素直じゃない人だから嫌いな人が好きなんです、兄さん。
So you're saying he's tsundere? I don't know about that. I don't know.
それは返答に困る意見だな。
はい、先輩が羨ましかったから少しだけ困らせてみました。
Sakura smiles. Seeing that smile, I hold my breath without realizing it. Would you call that a big smile? I think it's the first time I've seen her smile like that. Really?
とにかく送っていくからな。シンジに見つかったら見つかったでいい。妹を送り届けたんだから、あいつだって文句は言わないだろう。
そうですね。隠すよりはそうした方がいいかもしれません。それじゃあお言葉に甘えていいですか、先輩。
はいよ。たまには先輩らしいとこを見せてやれ。
I smack my chest, apparently. Sakura smiles warmly at my gesture of trust me. We go down the hill and reach the intersection. There's no one around, and familiar residential district feels desolate. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, but the town is asleep. The silence is strange. Even though there have been nasty incidents, should night really steal this much life?
先輩、 私の家こっちですけど。
悪い。ちょっとぼーっとしてた。さくらの家はあっち側の一番上だもんな。
いえ、一番上にあるのは遠坂先輩のお家ですよ。マトウの家も高いところにありますけど、一番上じゃないんです。
あれ、そうだったか？遠坂ってあの遠坂？
はい、2年生の遠坂凛さんです。先輩、苦手なんですか？
She must have read my reaction, as her comment is accurate. Was I making that kind of face?
いや、苦手ってわけじゃない。話したこともないし、よく知らない相手だ。ただ、有名な優等生だろあいつ。どこにいても目立つから人並みに知ってるだけ。そういうさくらは同じ洋館だし、もしかして近所付き合いとかあるのか？
ないですよ。確かに近所ではありますけど、遠坂先輩のお家は坂の上ですから。けど、遠坂先輩のお家が洋館だって知ってるんですね、先輩。
Nani? Sakura asks quietly.
ちょっと小耳に挟んだんだ。遠坂のところは幽霊屋敷だとかなんとか。幽霊屋敷って言ったら洋館と相場が決まってるだろ？
そうですね。遠坂先輩は一人が好きみたいですから。私も子供の頃、坂の上には怖い魔法使いが住んでるって言われてました。
Sorcerers, eh? Ironic.
へえ、怖い魔法使いか。俺もそんな風な噂は聞いたな。まあ、それ言ったらあっちの家はみんな魔法使いが住んでいそうだけど。で、さくらは信じたのか、その話？
信じました。だって子供だったんです。だから坂の上には行っちゃいけないっていつも思ってました。
Sakura answers my joking question seriously. As it turns out, magic is real. Because there probably was a scary sorcerer. We go up the hill. It's a residential district rather opposite to mine, but the habits are the same. There are fewer and fewer buildings and more trees as you ascend the hill. It's only natural, as most of the town's facilities are at the bottom of the hill. And all that, one of the few buildings near the top of the hill is Sakura's house. Sakura stops suddenly.
なんだ、忘れ物か？
いえ、忘れ物じゃないんですけど。先輩、うちの近くに誰かいませんか？
She looks around uneasily. Who is it? Question mark. I look around too, but there's no one here except us.
別に誰もいないけど、なんかあったのか？
いえ、いないならいいんです。なんか最近家の近くで見慣れない人をよく見かけるから、今日もいるのかなって。
なんだそれ、なんか危なくないか、そいつ。
Stalker?
どんなやつなんだよ。
金髪のかっこいい人でした。モデルさんみたいだから先輩も見たらびっくりすると思います。
A blonde, good-looking person was it Kinpatsu? I mean, I think we know who that is, Mr. Goldie. I think I did remember, like, he did, like, I guess, meet up with Sakura, talk to her, like, a couple times, I guess, in each route, I believe. I don't know what that was about. Sakura says so with a blush, as if recalling him. Sakura. I don't know if that's something I should be worried about.
なんだ、不審なやつってわけじゃないんだ。
わかりません。ただ最近は引っ越してきた人なんていないからおかしいなって。ま
あとにかく怪しいって言えば怪しいよな。よし、 もしまた家のあたりをうろついてるようだったら俺かシンジに言ってくれ。捕まえて何してるのか白状させるから。
はい、頼りにしてます。けど手荒なことはしないでくださいね。私先輩に喧嘩されると困ります。
Sakura says so while smiling straight at me.
大丈夫だよ。ちゃんと話し合いから始めるから。さくらが心配することない。
I look away from Sakura's smile as I answer. Geez, Mo. Sakura's gestures captivate me often these days. It would have been nothing a while ago, so I feel like I'm acting weird. Maybe it's because Sakura has grown, or maybe just because I finally noticed it. Well, I do think Sakura has become really beautiful. Kirei. Kirei means pretty. Ironically, that's also the name of the priest, Kirei Kotomine. That on its own is great, but I don't think it's cool for a senpai to be careful where he's looking. Stop looking at her boobs, Shiro.
それじゃあおやすみなさい先輩。送ってもらえて嬉しかったです。
バカ、礼なんて言うな。晩飯作ってもらってるんだから、お礼を言うのはこっちの方だ。
Sakura just smiles with satisfaction.
こんなんでいいんなら明日から日課にするからな。はい、
先輩の気が向いた時たまにでいいですから送ってください。兄さんに怒られるけど私はやっぱり先輩と一緒がいいです。先輩、また明日ですね。今日はありがとうございました。
Senpai reminds me of a character in Fate Grand Order. Also calls us senpai. Well, Sakura calls back enthusiastically and disappears into her house. I should head home too. I left Fujine at the house, and to be honest, that's what worries me the most. Oh wow. Yeah, we did hear something like ch-ch. What was that? What was that sound? Did I just hear something? I can hear it. The sound of a creaking swing. It takes me a while to realize it's the sound of some bug.
どんな虫かな。何にせよ、季節外れもいいところだ。
Is it just the actually, what do you call it? You know those little bugs that make noise in the night? I forget what you call it actually. I imagine a longhorn beetle in the dark under the cold winter sky. It's not cicada. Cicada's in the summer, right? It's a different sound. I don't know. And then I notice.
Oh,
some lights, okay. The one that just lit up is Sakura's room. The light on the first floor is Shinji's room, so what's the light from the third room?
Shinji のとこはSakuraとShinjiしかいないはずだけど。
Maybe it's a guess, or Shinji's in that room. Anyway, I've been here many times, but this is the first time I've seen the light on in that room. Okay. Well, it's a big house. It's not strange for a light to be on somewhere in such a house. It's not strange, but...
なんだろう。なんか胸がざわつくな。
I feel something, like a presence or a bad feeling. In the cold air, the unseasonal sound echoes. If there's such a thing as a hunch, the bug hidden in the bushes feels very ominous. Okay, that's it? Okay, I mean, I guess that's just the little thing we did there. This is like before the Holy Grail War officially starts, I guess. So just little like character development with Sakura, I assume. Okay, let's skip that. Now we're on day 2. Okay, what's this? My awakening is dark. Perhaps I just don't dream much, but unless something really special happens, I always seem to have the same dream. What I imagine are swords. I don't know why it is, but this is the only thing that comes into mind. Okay, this seems pretty familiar. There was no way to skip this scene though, so I don't know what's new about it, so there's no meaning or reason to it. It may just be one of the aspects making up Emyashiro. I'm gonna just speed read a little. They know dreams to dream. The only things I recall from sleep are things I was taught a long time ago. For example, about magi. Even if I'm an amateur, if I'm a magus, it's only natural for me to understand the kind of world I live in. Frankly speaking, a magus is an exception who deviates from modern society. They're weirdos, but even exceptions must band together to survive. Father told me that the group of magi is called the Magic Association. He also said that I shouldn't associate with them despite being an association. The Magic Association hides magic, or these magi, basically keep the wild alive, so because they don't prohibit misuse of magic. They are true neutral. According to Kiritsugu, the Magic Association is only interested in the concealment of magic. Even if a magus carries out his research at the expense of the lives of many ordinary people, the Magic Association will not punish him. As long as they do it in secret, they can totally just murder a bunch of people, I assume. Their priority is that magic should not become public, so they don't ban magic. So they're crazy people who think you can do anything as long as you don't get caught. That's the secret, just don't get caught. Anyway, the surveillance of the Magic Association is thorough. Most magical research would cost the lives of ordinary people, and as a result, the existence of magic would become public. So, the association does not allow research that would harm society. So magi stay at home and research quietly, while the normal world carries on unmolested. Hence, magi only try to hide themselves to escape the association. So perhaps I just don't know it, and a magus lives in this town. I hear Fuyuki City is a spiritually excellent area. And I think I've read this before, I don't know. It looks similar. It looks familiar. Such an area has always had a distinguished magus with a history. They call a second owner an elite, and the association entrusts the area to them. I think I've heard this from Kotomini Kiri actually, about a family like owning like the area around Fuyuki City and everything. I believe that's like Rin's family, right? Tosaka. And I think there's two other families. I can't remember. Anyway, the magi who would live in the area must visit them and obtain their permission to construct a workshop. Looking at it like that, we're thieves living here without the permission of the landlord. Father was an outlaw who cut his ties with the association and moved here without the consent of the administrator of Fuyuki. The owner does not know that Amiya Kiritsugu was a magus. With reasoning like that, I think our position is ambiguous. Father, the real magus, has passed away, and I'm here. I'm not really a magus. I'm a big amateur. I heard that relatives, so I don't know, maybe I've just not been found out, I don't know. Doesn't mean I can't let my guard down. People say that eyes association are everywhere. If you commit the crime, then heretic hunters from the church will come after you. Yorokube. That just means that whatever you use magic for, like up here, will create enemies. I am Yoshiro, just have to study independently, taking that into account. Okay. Gotta grind my magic levels and level up without anyone noticing. I wake up to see the sun shining in through the window. The sun may have just risen as it's still a bit dark outside. Samui, it's cold. I get up, trying not to be defeated by the morning chill, and quickly fold up my futon. It's 5:30. That's really early. One of my strengths is waking up at this time, no matter how late I go to sleep. I do sometimes make mistakes and wake up late like yesterday, but I usually wake up early. That's, again, it's not a lot of sleep. He always Shura always stays up at night and does his little training, and he wakes up at 5:30. That's just not a lot of sleep, I feel like. Since I let Sakura do all the work yesterday, I have to return the favor this morning. I should finish preparing before Sakura arrives. I cook rice and make some miso soup. Okay. This really is just pretty, again, like a slow beginning. It seems like all the routes have a slow beginning, especially the first one, obviously, because there's a big prologue to it. But I guess, maybe, well, we'll see. When does it ramp up? I don't know. It was a radish and carrot yesterday, so I make onion and potato miso soup today. I also make the usual broth egg and broth boil, and I'm done. I cut and salt the sari and stop just before cooking it. Sorry? It's like sorry? I don't know. It's almost 6 o'clock. I finished earlier than expected, so I have some extra time. I open the refrigerator. All that's left are some cucumbers and potatoes. Salty cucumbers? I never salt my cucumbers before. I just ate them raw. But those are both things I could do in a couple minutes, and they're better fresh. It'll be half an hour until Fujine and Sakura arrive, so I should make a dish right before they get here. In that case, this is free time I can't make much use of. Is there anything I can do in 30 minutes?
夕飯用に鶏のささみがあったから、
I could cook some bite-sized meat rolls with vegetables or something like that. Okay. Cooking with Van Mishiro. I cut the meat and tenderize it. At a glance, the meat tenderizer is really evil. It's like a hammer, but it's flat on four sides, and has lots of spikes coming out of it. Okay? It's a mace, apparently. A war hammer. If it were bigger, it would make a great instrument of torture. I flatten the meat with a scary object, put some carrots and kidney beans on it, roll it up, cook it up in a pan, and steam it with wine.
ちょっと待て。何してんだ俺。
At that point, I regained my sanity. I was trying to make a side dish as the sari was already the main dish. So what am I doing making another main dish?
なんてこった。暇つぶしで余計な料理をするなんて気が抜けてる。
Jiro has no other hobbies, just cooking. It really is.
暇つぶしで作ってたんですか、先輩。
Well, Sakura was here. Yeah, like I remember, like in the second round, like I think Rin said something about that. How Shiro basically has nothing nothing else to do except being like an ally of justice and cooking, and that's pretty much his personality. That's pretty much it.
でも誤解のないように説明すると、本当は惣菜を追加しようとしたんだ。それが気がついたら包丁を持ってた。いや、習慣っていうのは怖い。もちろんただの言い訳だけど。
でもいいと思いますよ。朝ごはんにしては豪勢ですけど、先輩の料理なら余らないと思います。
そうかな。いや、そういう問題じゃないだろう、これは。一つの空に二つの太陽はいらないんだ。どっちかにはご退場を願わなくちゃいけない。
There's no need for two suns in the sky. Interesting metaphor. I don't know, did they translate that from like a Japanese kind of saying, or I never heard of that. Like I never heard of that before. Like two suns in the sky.
先輩、せっかく作ったのに食べないんですか？
食べる。予定にはなかったけど、今日の昼は弁当にする。そうすれば余った方も無駄にはならないだろ。
うわ、先輩、今からお弁当作るんですか？
ギリギリかな。まあ、俺一人分ぐらいなら飯もなんとか。
And then, I finally realized someone's behind me. Okay, now you realize it.
おはようございます、先輩。今日もお邪魔しますね。
Sakura greets me with a smile. It's not unusual for Sakura to come into the kitchen at this time. She always rings the bell as she comes in, but sometimes I don't notice, like this morning.
おはよう、さくら。朝飯の支度はできてるから、今で休んでていいぞ。お茶の用意してあるから。
I answer her, staring at the frying pan. On the table is a pot of hot water, a teapot, and some snacks.
はい。今朝も完璧ですね、先輩。
Sakura's voice is lively, as if she's happy about something. And Sakura comes into the kitchen instead of going to the table.
先輩、お弁当作るんですよね。
まあ、そういう流れになった。ちょうど弁当向きだし、もう少しおかずを用意しようかなって。
それなら私もいいですか？ちゃんと自分で作りますから。
いや、待った。おかず俺のと同じのでいいなら分けられるけど。
はい、さっきから見ていて先輩の焼き物が食べたいなって思ってたんです。
了解。じゃあさくらはご飯炊いてくれ。2人分の弁当となると飯が足りなくなる。はい、
Oops.
任されました。それじゃあお手伝いさせていただきますね。
Accidentally skipped the dialogue. I don't want to skip the dialogue. I hear the sound of her footsteps and of her tying her apron.
先輩、ご飯は2合でいいですよね。
十分なんじゃないかな。
You know, it's always awkward because the way, you know, when you translate Japanese to English, sometimes like a really long sentence is actually like only a few words in Japanese, ironically, and sometimes like a short sentence in English is actually a really long, you know, sentence in Japanese. So sometimes I guess that's why I kind of accidentally skip it, because I don't know when they already stopped talking, you know. With quick movements, Sakura comes to help in the kitchen. A little past 6:30. 30 minutes after Sakura, Fujine arrives as usual. We're gonna just do this like slice of life cooking anime for like, I don't know, a few hours. You know, at least until, you know, I guess Shiro gets stabbed in the heart again. I assume like that happens again. I actually don't know. Anyway. Sakura's voice is really lively. We're not doing anything particularly fun, so I don't know what she's so happy about. Laughing, Fujine sits at the table and pours some tea. It's not about the cooking, it's the fact that she's cooking with you, Shiro. Or whatever. I guess that's another personality trait, I guess. He's a dense harem protagonist, basically. Even though, I don't know, he doesn't really have a harem. Like any of the canon rounds, except maybe, I don't know, maybe in the good ending, I guess, in the Element Blade Works round, where he has like Saber and Rin, you know, in the end, maybe. I put the pan back onto the rack. The food's made, so all that's left is to pack the lunch boxes. She smiles. Well, I know she likes cooking, but still, must be hard for her getting up at 5 o'clock to make lunch. Besides, Sakura comes and makes dinner often. So if I'm getting her to cook in the mornings too, she might not have no free time at all. She smiles. It's been a year and a half since Sakura started to help out. Now she keeps coming back like this no matter what I say. All the things you want to do, eh? Something tells me that what she wants to do is be with you, Shiro. Oh yeah, she's in the archery club too. You know, a bit of a coincidence, you know, archery and cooking, that's also what Shiro did, I believe, or he does, but I think he used to be in the archery club, but he quit, right? Or something like that. Sakura puffs her chest out boastfully. Ga. Nupo. Ga. I want to argue back, but it's true as she is about to beat me.
ですから気にしないでください。私ここでお料理するのが嬉しいし、上手くなるのが楽しいんです。この楽しさを教えてくれた恩返しと自分の実益を兼ねてお手伝いをしているのです。
それはつまり日々俺の技術を盗んでいるということなのか？
No. Yes, that's actually her true intentions. She's trying to absorb your cooking skills.
はい、先輩のお手伝いをするだけで好きなことがめきめき上達しちゃいます。ですから覚悟しててくださいね。今に先輩に参ったって言ってもらうんですから。
It wasn't love after all. Whoa. I can't believe she said it so bluntly.
まったくこんなことなら料理なんて教えなければよかった。うちに来るまでサラダ油の存在さえ知らなかったくせに今じゃ虎視眈々と死の首を狙ってやがる。なんだってそんなに目の敵にすんだよ、ほんと。飯なんて普通に作れればいいじゃんか。
そんなの目の敵にします。先輩の方が美味しいなんてダメなんですから。
I'm not sure what's so bad about that, but we should start setting the table for breakfast. I checked the sorry. Placing my chopstick on the well-grilled stomach, I check how cooked it is.
上出来かな。ほい、さくら、パス。先に食卓に持って行ってくれ。
はい、お疲れ様です、先輩。
I hand the plate of sorry to Sakura. I don't know what sorry is. Let me just look it up real quick. What is sorry? I don't know what it is. Let me just Google. It's like fish. Yeah, okay, it's fish, basically. Okay, I didn't know. Actually, how you pronounce it, actually? How you pronounce it, Google?
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, you should pronounce it. Yeah, you just pronounce sorry. Okay. It's a type of fish. I didn't know that. Then, as if remembering something important, Sakura stops dead.
さくら、どうした？忘れ物か？
Sakura may seem shrewd, but she actually forgets things a lot. It's not unusual for her to remember something and stop like this. But it seems like that's not the case this morning.
さくら。
What's wrong? どうして? Well, there's no answer. She blankly stares at my hand like she's still on a daze, then...
先輩、その手のあざ、何ですか?
A bruise? She asks me a strange question.
は?
I look down my hand, or rather look at the hand she's talking about.
ほんとだ。手の甲にあざができてる。おかしいな。ぶつけた覚えはないんだけど。
A bruise on my hand, eh? For some reason, there's a big bruise on the back of my left hand. It's quite an impressive welt, and it looks like it came from some sort of cut. Even on my own hand, it looks bad. Perhaps Sakura's not feeling well, as she's very quiet.
悪い、あとは任せた。湿布かなんか貼ってくる。
I let Sakura take care of the kitchen and head for the dojo. I don't know if I did this during my sleep, but I'll have to treat it. But for some reason, I'm worried about Sakura, who looked awkward and downcast.
それじゃあ、先に行ってますね。
さくら、本当にいいのか？体調が悪いなら部活ぐらい休んでいいんだぞ。
いえ、大丈夫です。ちょっと頭痛がするだけですから心配には及びません。体調が悪そうに見えるのは先輩の気のせいですよ。私、すごく元気です。
Sugoku Genki. She says so with a smile, but anyone can tell at a glance that she's just bluffing.
すごく元気か。朝飯、一口も食べられなかったのにか？
She looks away awkwardly. Without looking up, she replies.
失礼します。先輩の方こそ休んでください。
She leaves. She makes like a tree and leaves. No, why would I? Anyway, the table is cleared, but on the plate in the kitchen, Sakura's meal remains untouched. You need a breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day, you know?
いきなりどうしたんだよ、さくらのやつ。
Though I think that's actually a myth. I think the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day is actually a myth by like people like from this like cereal company, you know? They actually like put that like slogan out there to make people eat more cereal, I think. Maybe I might be getting that wrong as well, but I think that's what it is. Like, it's not the most important meal of the day. In fact, like every meal is equally important. You gotta eat enough, you know. You gotta eat enough every day in general. She had been in such a good mood, but after seeing my bruise, Sakura suddenly became quiet and started to make lots of mistakes. She overfilled the tea, drenched the omelets with soy sauce, and sat down at the table with her apron on. And on top of that, she ate nothing and went to school looking pale.
風邪でもひいたのかな、さくら。
Now why would that be? I muttered to myself while cleaning up. It's the first time I've seen Sakura like this. I got to know her during the summer 4 years ago, and she started coming here to help a year and a half ago. Or help a year and a half ago, yeah. Kinda weird to say that, year and a half. In that time, I've never seen her look this ill. Fujine will be at the archery range, so I don't think there'll be a problem there, but I should go and check on her after school or sometime. Okay. And that was another scene with Sakura. We're getting more scenes with Sakura, obviously. I mean, it really seems she's basically the heroine. In fact, yeah, I see on the, you can't see it, but like on the border on the window, on the executable, there's basically Sakura's face. Right, so basically Sakura's route. Classes end and it's time to go home. Can't go anywhere as I have work today. I should leave school and go straight to the neighboring town, but I'm worried about Sakura. I know I won't do any good to worry about her, but I should at least see if she's okay. Daijoubu ka? I walk through the 4th floor where the first-year students are located. There's no one in the hallway, and not many left in the classrooms either. It seems they've already gone home or to their clubs.
失敗したな。これじゃさくらも部活に行ってる。
Well, I've come this far. I'll go to her classroom, and when I've checked she's not there, I can head to work.
どれ？
I look into classroom 1B. The red-tinted classroom is quiet and there's no sign of life. There's no one in the classroom. All the students have gone to their respective destinations. In that red classroom, a lone shadow remains.
Sakura.
I enter the red world and call out to her.
Senpai?
You're looking for a loan? My little kohai? Is that what it is? Kohai, right? It's like kohai is like underclassmen. Now, usually you say like in Japan, I believe, you say senpai as like a polite form of, you know, calling out to your like superior, you know, in a older year or higher year or whatever. But kohai usually you don't say it, you know, when referring to someone who's, you know, I don't know what you call it, but it's kind of weird. Like in Japanese in general, there's like a little like a hierarchy, right? Of like superior and inferior, but it's not like literally superior and inferior. It's just like the way you talk, you know. But usually, if you're in a position where you're in a superior position, you don't really call them by their inferior name, if that makes any sense. You wouldn't call her kohai, unless unless like maybe in a very like, specific context. Anyway, the face covered by her long hair looks even more lifeless than this morning.
どうしたんですか？うちのクラスに何か用事でも？
あ、いや、さくらのクラスに用事はない。単にさくらの様子が気になっただけだ。朝から体調悪そうだったから。
Sakura makes a gloomy face. She's so sad now. She's clearly not doing well.
さくら、気分が悪いなら帰らないか。交差点までなら遅れるから、一緒に帰ろう。
いいです。私どこも悪くありません。いつも通り部活に出て、終わったら先輩のところで夕飯をごちそうになるんです。 悪くなんてないんです。だから気にしないでください。
She picks up her bag and starts to walk like she's running away.
バカ、そんな顔で何言ってんだ。いいから部活は休め。だいたいな、そんなんで弓を引いても帰ってくるもんなんかないだろう。
I grab Sakura's hand as she tries to pass me. A crash. Sakura almost falls over just from being grabbed. I quickly pull her hand back. The body I'm dragging is surprisingly light.
びっくりした。さくら、本当に大丈夫か？足全然踏ん張り効いてないじゃないか。
Sakura looks away apologetically. Geez, what's wrong with her today?
とにかく部活は休みだ。俺もバイト休むから、今日はおとなしく家に帰ろう。
Skipping work? Sakura is silent and does not answer. She doesn't shake my hand up, but it also seems she won't go home obediently.
どうしたんだよ、さくら。そんなんじゃ部活に出ても意味ないって分かってるだろ。
それは先輩の言う通りです。けど兄さんが呼んでるから。
Sakura mutters. I thought she could say more. I don't know. If she says it with a face like that, I can't respond. It seems the circumstances at Sakura's house are complicated, and they're not something I can meddle with. No matter how much I think she's part of my family, her real family is Mato's. Whatever I say, they're just the words of an outsider.
部活には顔を出すだけか、さくら。
私だって今は弓を引けないって分かってます。
そうか。要するにシンジの顔を立てるだけってことだな。
I pull out a chair and sit on it. I also pull another chair out from the desk next to it.
先輩。
いいから座れ。部活に行くのはもう止めない。その代わりもうちょっと休んでいけ。シンジには俺から誘われて断るのに時間がかかったって言えばいい。
そんなこと言えません。そんなこと言ったら兄さんまた先輩に
シンジがちょっかい出してくるのはいつものことだよ。いいじゃんか。毎日会話のネタがあってあいつも楽だろ。それにこの話は嘘でも何でもない真っ白な真実なんだから後ろめたいこともない。
I urge Sakura to sit down. Mouse in the way. Sakura sits down quietly.
よし。じゃあちょっと待っててくれ。生徒会室からお茶くすねてくるからな。俺が戻ってくるまで席を立つのは禁止だぞ。
え、先輩お茶をくすねてくるってそんなことしたら怒られるんじゃ。
先生に見つかったらな。何？この手のことには慣れてる。廊下でばったり会わない限り問題ないから。さくらは椅子でふんぞり返っててくれ。
What a thief.
できません。先輩が危ないことしてる時に休んでるなんてもってのほかです。先輩、私お茶なんていいですから。
だから危なくないって。いいから座ってろよ。教室で茶を飲むってのも一度ぐらいはいいもんだ。
I jump out into the hallway. The student council room isn't far away. I'll get the tea set quickly and surprise Sakura. Yeah, tea set, drinking in the classroom. Reminds me of another game where you drink tea in the classroom. Anyway, time passes. While we do something silly like drinking tea together in the classroom, we just stare outside. Outside the window is a glowing sunset that hurts my eyes. Sakura stares blankly at the sunset. I have nothing to talk about, so I follow Sakura's example and keep my mouth shut. Time passes slowly since we're not talking. Sakura isn't a talkative type, and she often just stares at the scenery. I guess she's more relaxed by herself. Come to think of it, Sakura wants to be alone a lot. It's not like she's excluding herself from the crowd, but she wants to isolate herself within the crowd. She looks outside the crowd more than in it. That must be why she stayed here in the classroom. Sakura doesn't actively try to spend time with others. Fujine and I are special. Even I wouldn't have known her if I hadn't met Shinji. Aha, CG! This is the CG we always miss in the other routes, I believe. I guess, sneak a glance, I don't know why, but when I pressed space, it kind of like, selected something else. Anyway, I sneak a glance at Sakura. When Shinji introduced me to her 4 years ago, she was just a small girl. Now she's my junior who comes to help around the house, and her childish image is disappearing. Sakura has grown beautiful. No, she was beautiful before, but I think she's become too beautiful as a member of the opposite sex. Okay. On top of that, she's thoughtful and gentle. With that many good qualities, I can understand her being called beautiful alongside Tosaka Rin. But it's strange, I don't understand it. Sakura is alone often. She doesn't seem to have any friends in the archery club, and seeing how she's alone in this classroom, she might not have any friends in her class either. Come to think of it, I only know Sakura from the archery club and from my place. I don't know how she is at school or at home. While I think about this, looking up at the red sky,
先輩覚えてますか？
looking outside, Sakura asks me a question.
覚えてるかって何を？
ずっと昔の話です。私がまだ先輩を知らなかった頃の話。
つまりさくらと知り合う前の話か？
はい、4年前私が進学したばかりの頃です。まだ新しい学校に慣れてなくて、あてもなく廊下を歩いているとき、私不思議なものを見たんですよ。あれは一体どういう経緯だったんでしょうね。もう放課後でグラウンドには陸上部の人もいないっていうのに、誰かが一人だけで走ってたんです。何をしてるのかなって見てみると、その人一人で走り高跳びをしてました。
Hi, Jumse. I think we've seen this mentioned before. A smile. It must be a lovely memory as Sakura is smiling happily.
真っ赤な夕焼けだったんです。校庭も廊下もみんな真っ赤で、そんな中でですね、一人でずっと走ってるんです。走って飛んで棒を落としてまた繰り返して、周りには誰もいなくて、その高さを越えられないって分かってるのに、ずっと試し続けてました。
Okay, I gotta make sure. I think I cut her dialogue again. Whoops.
頑張ればなんとかなるって問題じゃないんですよ。だってその棒、その人の身長よりずっと高かったんです。私から見ても無理だってわかるんだから、その人だってとっくに飛べないって分かってたと思うんです。
I understand, but I wonder what she's talking about. I don't think it's strange to see someone practicing even after school.
私、その時良くない子だったんです。嫌なことがあって誰かに八つ当たりしたかった。失敗しちゃえ、諦めちゃえって、その人がくじける瞬間が見たくなってずっと見てたんです。
Bad girl. Sakura was a bad girl back
なか
then.
なか諦めてくれないんですよ、その人。何度も何度も見ているこっちが怖くなるくらいできっこないことを繰り返して、全然泣き言を言わなかったんです。
はあ、そりゃよっぽど切羽詰まってたんじゃないのか？ 明日がレギュラー選定でその高さを飛べないと選ばれないとか。
いいえ、それは違います。だってその人陸上部でも何でもない人でしたから。
Oh, I see. Well, that's fine, but why are you smiling, Sakura?
それでですね、私見ているうちに気がついたんです。その人別に何でもいいんだなって。今日たまたま自分のできないことにぶつかってなら負けないぞって意地を張ってただけなんです。
Ah, yes, he was an idiot. He was a stubborn idiot. Sounds familiar.
そうして日が落ちて、その人は一人で片付けをして帰っちゃいました。すごく疲れてるのに何でもなかったみたいに平然とどっか行っちゃったんです。
わかんないやつだな。けどやめたってことは飛べたんだろそいつ。それ何メートルぐらいの高さだったんだ？
これがですね、結局飛べなかったんです。その人3時間もずーっと走ってどうやっても自分じゃ飛べないって納得しただけなんです。
うわ、落ちてないなその話。
はい、あんまりにもまっすぐすぎてその人の心配をしちゃったぐらいです。その人はきっとすごく頼りがいのある人なんです。
Is he? I don't know about that.
けどそこが不安で寂しかった。
Her voice itself sounds so lonely. It seems like it will be swallowed by the red in this room.
はあ、話は分かったけどそれが何だってんだよさくら。
いえ、わからないのならいいんです。私にはそう見えただけで、その人自身にとっては日常茶飯事だったということで。
But for me, it was just a Monday. Or whatever that trope is, you know? How I don't know, it's not like directly related, but there's like this old cliche where it's like kind of like there's like big bad villain, you know, that like destroys the entire village, and so the hero gets on this big revenge quest to finally beat up the bad guy, you know, get their revenge. But then the bad guy is kind of like, but for me it was just a Monday, you know, it's like something that he does all the time or whatever, you know. Anyway, despite her gloomy mood earlier, Sakura smiles sweetly. And then, even though I'm pretty dull, I understand when she puts it like that. I don't remember it myself, but 4 years ago was right after my father died. Back then, I did a lots of reckless things, so I guess I did something like that.
さくら、つまりそれは。
はい、今私の前にいる上級生さんでした。
It was me the whole time.
頃は小柄だったから同じ学年かなって勘違いしちゃったんです。
I wish you wouldn't talk about my height back then. Well, I'm not that tall even now, but I did grow, you know. I mean, Shiro does grow even taller. He also gets a tan. Anyway.
そういうことです。私、その時から先輩のことは知ってたんですよ。
そっか、それは初耳。
I look away. She saw me during an embarrassing moment. Then,
私たち同じものを見てたんです。
with a gesture like a prayer, Sakura says something strange. I ask, feeling worried. But as if to drown it out, the familiar bell echoes through the school.
鐘鳴っちまったな。
It's been 30 minutes since I stopped Sakura. The clock says 4:30.
さすがにこれ以上の遅刻はやばいよな。片付けはやっとくから、さくらは先に行っていいぞ。体、少しは良くなっただろ
？Karada. I think karada means body, so I think, you know, I feel like Shiro, I feel like he's saying, Like he's assuming that she's like physically ill, right? But I mean, I think she's like, I don't know, for some reason, like emotionally distraught about something, you know, maybe.
おかげさまで元気いっぱいです。今日の夕飯は楽しみにしててください。
Or maybe something like that, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Sakura gets up. It doesn't seem like she's bluffing, as she really seems well.
だって悪いさくら、俺これからバイトだ。今日は遅くなるから無理してうちに来なくていい。
はい、わかりました。ならお夕飯だけ作って置いていきますね。
Sakura bows and leaves.
いっか。
Fujine will be at my house, so she should be able to take Sakura home when she leaves. I have to make a living too, so I should go to work quickly. "20 minutes after taking the bus from my school, I arrived at the neighboring town of Shinto across the bridge.
なんだまだ5時前か。少し時間があるな。
Miyama City is a residential district, so there's no part-time jobs there, but the developing Shinto has many available. The school approves of students having part-time jobs, so I work a few easy ones. I prefer a hard physical labor that ends as quickly as possible. It's killing two birds with one stone, builds my body while I get paid for it. I guess, yeah, I think this is we saw about that dialogue before. Like the physical labor job. The day's job is a simple loading job from 5 to 8 o'clock. Even though it's only 3 hours, there's 6 hours worth of work to do. That makes you run around without a minute's rest. I should rest when I can, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Waste of energy walking around to my job, so I guess I'll rest in the park. I think I'm pretty sure that we saw this dialogue before. The park in Malibu is like a big field, probably for people, families, and lovers on weekends. Empty now. It's always desolate. I'm a bit sad. The utterly neglected ground looks awful compared to the neatly organized surroundings. The desolate area makes the wind feel cold. This is the remains of the conflagration 10 years ago, and this is the place where I was saved from burning to death.
なんで芝生とか植えないんだろう。いつまでもこのままってのはもったいない。
It's a large area, so if they retile it, the park would get bigger. Thinking absent-mindedly, I sit down on a bench. I stare at the burned land to pass the time. I don't remember what happened here back then. All I can remember is that it was hot, and I couldn't breathe, and that people died trying to save others.
そうなのかな。
For example, an adult that tried to save a child from a burning house. He saved the child but died in its place. For example, there were people who had their throats burned, but they gave what little water they had to one guy, and the others died. For example, there was someone who ran alone to get away from the fire as fast as possible, and everyone that he passed on the way died. And for example, people who died because they gave away something that was saving them, only to save others they didn't even know. I didn't like things like that. It makes me mad that those who try hard were sacrificed. Am I greedy to want an ending where everybody is safe and happy? All I wanted was people relax peacefully, so why couldn't I manage such a simple thing?
それは難しい。シロの言っていることは誰も彼も救うということだからね。
That's Kiritsugu's voice. I recognize it. Kiritsugu answered, so to the question I asked as a child. Of course, as a child, I denied it. Because Kiritsugu saved me, I knew he was a sorcerer who could do anything. I knew he was a superhero, or how's it go, Mikata no Seigi or something like that, like ally of justice, who couldn't ignore people in need who saved them for no benefit. So I believe Kiritsugu could have saved everyone back then. When I told him that, he made a troubled expression and said something that I remember to this day.
誰かを救うということは誰かを助けないということなんだ。いいかい？正義の味方に助けられるのはね、正義の味方が助けたものだけなんだよ。
Seigi no Mikata.
当たり前のことだけど、これが正義の味方の定義なんだ。
Seigi no Mikata. Seigi no Mikata. Seigi no Mikata. I understand that. It's obvious, now that he said it. Let's say there's a robber, some hostages, a robber attempts to kill the hostage. Okay, I think I remember this. I think it's... I don't know. I don't want to, like, you know, skip now, because I don't know if there's going to be anything new. But, I'm going to go a little bit faster. So, to save. That's how even God cannot save everyone.
それが天才ならなおさらだ。誰であろうと全てを助けるなんてできなかった。
Can't save everyone. The fire tank looks like that. Not something I who is supposed to save it.
嫌だ。
I don't want that. I don't want such a thing. You have to help. You have to save everyone, or else.
無駄死にしてたろうな。間違いなく。
That's for certain. I'm hopeless. Okay.
しまった。ぼんやりしてたら5時になっちまった。
The 5 o'clock bell rings. I stand up and quickly make my way to my work. Time to move some boxes. And done. When my job is done, the sun has already set. It's a bit before 8. I finished 10 minutes early because I worked too hard. It seems I worked frantically since I went to that place before work. Here in front of the station, the night's just getting started. There are lots of people and a constant flow of cars on the road.
藤姉にお土産はいいか。
I walk while looking up the lighted building. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can't see the top clearly. I just gaze up the building, just enjoying the nice scenery. When I think I see something out of place.
なんだ今の。
Is it Ren? Stop and stare? Focus my eyes? I use my magic power to magnify it, and hey, it's Ren! It's Ren! She's standing there. How could that be? Wow. I wanna know why she's there. What's she doing? Da 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 da. Looking down at the town. She's surveying everything, right? She's like a witch. Well, I mean, she sort of is. I mean, like a magic person anyway, like a mage, a magus.
今の遠坂だったのかな。
Nah, it was your imagination. Okay, they're
そうか。
Very strange hobbies. Standing on rooftops. Ain't that weird? You return?
さくら、大丈夫かな。
She seems to be feeling better, but since she came to my place to make dinner, I think I made her push herself again.
ちょっと様子見てくるか。
Okay, so I think this is new. It's not like I'll achieve anything by going to her house now, but it should make me feel better than doing nothing. We're just really worried about Sakura in this timeline. Well, there's nothing wrong with her house. There's no sign of the strange foreigner Sakura was talking about, and the lights are only in Sakura and Shinji's rooms as usual. Chotomate? Then what was that like yesterday? Was there someone other than Sakura and Shinji in the house?
もし何かこの家に用があるのかね。
Dore. Who? I spin around. In the darkness of the night, as if hiding in the sound of bugs, a figure is standing. Okay. He looks really shriveled up. He's an unfamiliar old man. He must be really old, but he has sharp eyes and a presence that doesn't match his small body. Perhaps it is the difference in the years we have lived, but he has a dignity that pressures me.
どうした若いの。なぜ答えん。答えねばこちらで決めつけてしまうぞ。ではさくらが言っておった不審なよそ者がお前さんだ。ということでよいかな。
Sakura? Then could this person be...
参ったの。孫の頼みだ。見過ごしておくわけにもいくまい。見ず知らずのお前さんには申し訳ないが、少し痛い目にあってもらわねばならん。
Wait, we're not the Mr. Goldie? Oh no, he's gonna murder us.
念のため聞いておくが、潔く公僕の厄介になる気はないか。
The unknown old man asks me such a question. There's no mistake. This is the first time I've met him, but he must be...
いや違います。俺はシンジの同級生で、さくらとは知り合いで、散歩がてらに様子を見に来たエミヤシロウというものです。
ああ、そうか。シンジとサクラの知り合いか。それは邪魔をしたな。どれ、二人を呼んでこよう。それとも、夕飯を馳走されるかね。
Dinner at Sakura's?
いえ、ちょっと寄っただけですから、すぐ帰ります。それよりおじいさん、さくらはもうちゃんと帰ってきてますか？
造剣じゃ。
Zoken. The old man says an unfamiliar word.
魔頭造剣。お前さんが名乗ったというのに、わしが名乗らんままではおかしかろう。
Mato Zoken says so and walks toward the entrance. It seems like he doesn't care about me anymore. Overwhelmed, I see him off without a word. And then...
さくらならば帰ってきておる。それよりエミやシロ、アインツベルンの娘は双剣かね。
Daughter of the Einsburns.
アインツ、何ですか？
とぼけるでない。アインツベルンの娘がエミヤを訪ねるは通り、こたびの座の出来はどうかと問うておる。
Question mark, question mark, question mark? I don't understand at all because I'm kept in the dark. I don't know. I literally don't know anything. I'm sorry, Sakura, but your old man is pretty hard to deal with.
どうやら本当に知らんらしいな、これは。
Zoken sighs. He looks so shocked that I feel kind of sorry for him.
よくわかりませんけど、すみません。
いやいや、お主が気に病むことはない。わしの勘違いじゃ。つまらぬことを言ってすまなかった。そら、孫たちに用があるのなら遠慮することはない。年寄りは隠居しておるでな。気兼ねなく尋ねるがよい。
いや、今日は本当に寄っただけです。けど、おじいさん、この家に住んでいるんですか？
住んでおるとも。もっとも見ての通りの老体でな。日がな一日奥座敷でくたびれておる。
I see. I came to their house until about a year ago, but it seemed that no one other than Sakura and Shinji lived there.
では失礼するぞ、エミヤシロウ君。うちの孫たちとよくしてやってくれ。
Zoken Mato. I mean, I don't think we haven't actually seen him until the Heaven's Feel route. As far as I know, I don't remember seeing him in the other routes. But despite his appearance, he leaves with light footsteps. There's no change in the house. But the sound of the bugs had suddenly stopped.